Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we were hoping to make some quick and fast cash without taking much damage last episode. Unfortunately, the Mauler had other ideas. Now, I believe that off camera I repaired the Mauler and put everything back exactly the way it was before. We had all of the parts in stock. I think I did that. If I didn't, we'll do it this episode, but I have vague memories of doing it after last episode. But last episode was a lengthy one, so we'll see. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. We're going to throw a party in the lounge, and that will be absolutely fine. But we're going to continue to tick forward here. We're absolutely hitting this financial report. No doubt about that.
Ready to go.
So there we go.
Whenever you are.
We'll accept that next month budget. Now, I would like to start moving up to extravagant, but we're not quite at that point yet. We'll get there soon. Now, I believe that's all of our mech warriors back. Yes, it is. So let's hop into the barracks here. And we are going to get a point of piloting for Chronic Toast.
Training confirmed, Commander.
We are also going to do nothing for Poet, sadly. And nothing for Taboo either. Those are the only three that we have left at this point. But we need to continue our repair work. We're not going to have the Mauler before the financial report, but I'm hopeful that we'll have the rest before the financial report. So let's see how that ends up going here. We'll ask Dr. Murad to test the idea. Okay. It didn't work. 20,000 C-bills, huh? Sad. Oh well, that's not that big of a deal. So the Corsair will be done in just a couple of days here. How long on that financial report? 14 days? Okay. So 2 days, and how long actually on the longbow? 1 day? Yeah, we should be fine here. So we're not going to get the Mauler back, but everything else is good to go. Let's hop into the mech bay and see if anything needs work. It does not, so we can leave the Mauler at home and otherwise deploy, just to try to make the money for this financial report. Once again, we're going to do something, in theory, fairly simple here. This is a 2.6 million. Of course, that probably means it's not super simple. This is over 3 million. You know what? It's a free priority salvage, too. Let's give it a go. What could possibly go wrong? It's against the Federated Suns, so I think we're going to be okay on that front. All of these should be fine in theory. Who did I just remove from that Battle Master? I'm not sure. Okay, well, we need somebody with Battle Master affinities. That'll be Muffin Top. And we're absolutely going to need our Atlas. And we're going to need our Corsair. I think we're going to drop the Orion in favor of the Salamander. And then we're also going to drop the Awesome in favor of the Madcat Mark II. Okay, this should be fine. Bootcamp, what do you drive? Salamander. Beautiful. So we'll put him into the Salamander. Brother, what do you drive? Madcat Mark II. Sounds good. Coldfire, how about you? Atlas. So we'll put him into the Boar's Head. So all we need now, I believe, is a Corsair pilot. Panzer, you drive the Corsair, don't you? Yes, you do. So this should be fine. And these are, of course, all vehicle lances. Mechs are not allowed. Although battle armor is. We'll go ahead and deploy this as is. Darius thinks it might require more firepower. He might be right. It's hard to say. This is a 7.5 skull mission, and it's like 3 million overall compensation, so I do expect this to be a little bit more on the difficult side of the 7.5 skull missions. But you never know with RogueTech. Sometimes it's super hard, sometimes it's super easy. But we've got our more powerful mechs. The only mech that we're lacking here is the Mauler, and I'm reasonably okay with that. I have been having a few issues with the range capacity on the Annihilator, and that's something that I wouldn't mind taking a look at eventually. The question is, what are we going to do about that? And we may have to replace the sensor system. We may have to do a bit of work there. We'll have to take a look at that. I'm still kind of feeling out how that Annihilator is working out. I feel like the hit odds on the Mauler tend to be much better than the hit odds on the Annihilator, which is a little sad. We may want to swap out those heavy Gausses on it to, I don't know, maybe like the quad Gauss Gausszilla setup. We'll have to think about it. For now, though, we need to eliminate a local family's mechs. A family associated with the Federated Suns has been threatening military action against their Merrick neighbors on Alula Australis. Neither of us has any legal claim in this system, but as our allied nobles have requested help and protection, we're willing to intervene. We need a deniable force to step in and destroy the Davian threat. Commander, as soon as you make contact, expect any nearby forces to close on your position. Indeed, we are expecting enemy forces in addition to the One Lance. For sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin this.
Command interface initiated.
So we immediately see something up over here. This is a Davian family's territory. Be on the lookout for reinforcements.
Watch your heat levels in this
Only
climate.
2, huh? And we can spawn, like, up here and have good cover, be able to use this LOS to our advantage, and have good long-range clear LOS. This seems fine. And we know that they can't land behind us because this is the edge of the map. Cool. So what do we see? We see an Asura, a Wraith, an Atlas, a Pretty Baby, an Orion, a Pendragon, a Marauder, and a Zeus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's their entire force that we see. The Wraith is going to back off a little bit, but not fire. The Pretty Baby is going to back off, shoot at our Corsair. It actually got no damage dealt. That's beautiful. The Zeus is going to move up. It does not fire. The Azura is going to move out, shooting at our Corsair as well.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading...
Okay, so there are 3 lances, huh? Good to know. So 12 enemy units. The Pendragon backs off, shoots at the Corsair. Now that's a lot of damage. And they did get a head hit there. 27 activations remaining, and Panzer will be fine. The question is, man, they're still shooting at the Corsair. I mean, the Corsair is okay. We can back it off. I wanted to look at that Pendragon, though. I wanted to know if that 11 damage that it fired were rockets or missiles. So we'll be able to respond to this eventually, but not right now.
Damage is light.
So we see 6 units over here. Okay, that was a missed Gauss rifle on our Corsair. That's good. They're a little clustered together over here. An Atlas 3 shooting at our Corsair and apparently completely missing. Okay. Well, now is our turn. So the longbow is going to move up over... I'd love to get direct LOS on something. And actually, this'll do. So we're going to move the longbow up to here, and we have direct LOS on this Griffin. I'm going to Warlord, and I actually kind of expect a kill on the Griffin, don't I? Maybe, if we get good clustering. I mean, a Griffin is only a medium. There we go.
Enemy eliminated.
So 1 down. Now, they do have other movers out there that we don't see, including an archer firing on our bull shark. Okay, the bull shark's okay for now.
I laugh at your puny attack.
And next up is going to be our Battle Master. Now, the Battle Master is going to poke out over this way in cover. We can fire on the Pretty Baby, on the Marauder, on the Pendragon, on the Zeus, or out on the Archer or on the Atlas. The Pretty Baby is the best hit odds by a wide margin, so we will go ahead and fire on that. See about getting some armor reduced on it. Cool.
Yes, come on.
The Salamander is also going to want to sprint up over here. We actually see a rear arc here with the Salamander on this Wraith. Oh, this is a kill. We don't even need to Warlord. This is a kill on the Wraith.
Taking the shot.
There we go. Two enemy mechs down. Beautiful. So next up, they have another mover in phase 14. That is this Orion over here. He moves up, fires indirect on our longbow, gets a little damage. That's okay. Drops a little heat in as well, but that's fine. So the Wraith is, of course, dead. Now, the Corsair is going to back off a little bit.
Copy that.
Into this cover. And we're going to shoot, I think, at the Pendragon. Or maybe the Zeus. We'll shoot at the Pendragon.
Okay, I'm on it.
Not great shooting there, if I'm honest.
Standing by.
The Annihilator will move up into this cover. And let's see what we can annihilate. We've got 50% hit odds on the Pretty Baby. Not awful hit odds there. Pretty bad on that Archer, and the Atlas 3 is 33. So our best hit odds are definitely the Pretty Baby, and we'll just go ahead and fire on that. If we hit with all three, this is going to do a lot of damage, but we'll see. We only hit with one. Sad.
I'm ready.
The Bull Shark is going to back off a little bit here, although maybe remaining in cover. We'll back off to here.
Rolling.
And we're going to continue to hit this Pendragon as someone that can theoretically do some splash damage. A solid hit there. Nice. So they've got another mover out there. That's a Templar 3, and it didn't fire.
Receiving
Okay.
you.
So our Madcat Mark II is going to move up over here into this cover. It is skylined, but that's okay. 64.3 on the Pretty Baby, and that's what we're going to take. I want that awesome out of here, if at all possible. We did a lot of damage to that leg, but not too much else. Regardless, that's a lot of armor strip, and the Pretty Baby's armor is a lot weaker now.
I hear ya.
So the Boar's Head is going to move up over here.
Right, Commander.
There is also the Archer Atlas grouping out over here. That Marauder isn't really taking much damage from hitting the Pendragon, so I think we're actually going to hit the Archer.
All weapons are go.
That's a solid hit. I like it. Okay, next round. What are they going to do? They're going to move their Pretty Baby and fire on the Salamander. And miss everything. Beautiful. I love it. That is ideal.
Confirm.
Our longbow is, at this point, going to position out over here, moving out of the fire a little bit. We're going to fire on this Archer. I'm a little concerned about heat. Heat is actually fine, so we'll fire on the Archer, and that should do some good damage. Yeah, that's a knockdown on the Archer. I like it. So -2 initiative there. They move up their Zeus, and the Zeus shoots at the Salamander. Does a little damage there. We got an injury resist, so that's nice.
Minimal.
And we were in cover, so that's fine.
Yes, boss?
Now, the Salamander is going to move kind of along the ridge here for evasion pips. We're going to position here. And then we could fire on the Pretty Baby, or we could fire on the Pendragon, or we could fire on the Zeus, we could fire on the Orion. We have good hit odds on all of these. We could also fire at the Rakasha. We don't have great hit odds there. I actually am feeling like we Warlord and shoot at the Orion with AX rounds.
Firing on target.
That was a lot of armor damage there, and
Critical hit.
just a lot into that side arc. Unfortunately, the Orion didn't go down from it. I was hoping to see a kill, but no such luck. Ooh, that's a through armor Gauss rifle crit into one of our MRM40s. That's unlucky.
I took a critical hit.
The Templar moves up, also goes through the Salamander, misses. Cool. Okay, next up is going to be our Corsair, which is going to pop out over this way. We could fire on the Zeus. We could fire out on the Archer. And the Archer is, I think, the way to go here. Do we want to fire high explosive? Or shape charge? I think we fire the high explosive for right now.
Roger.
A decent hit there. We did break through the armor. So that's good. Next up is going to be our Battle Master, which is going to pop out over here.
Moving to position.
Now, the Battle Master is going to probably continue going for the Pretty Baby here. Although we do have 75% hit odds on the Archer. But I am going to... Well, that is far better. I guess we'll take it. Okay, so that's the Archer dead.
Enemy down.
Beautiful. What else do they have? They have 3 phase 3 movers. The Pendragon moves up, fires on the Salamander. That's a structure exposure. That Pendragon hurts.
Armor blow through. Internal damage.
It did shut down. Yeah, ELRM 20s, that'll do it. So the Mad Cat is actually going to move... Just checking what our actual hit odds are here. The Mad Cat is going to move up over here.
Copy that.
Now, I'm concerned about the Salamander's torso, for sure. 59% versus 70 on the Orion. We're going to go ahead and fire on the Orion here. Are we better off with Apollo? No, we are not. This could very easily be a kill on the Orion.
On it.
And indeed it is. Beautiful. So that's another one down. Now they have 2 more movers here. I'm definitely concerned about the state of the Salamander. But they're shooting at the Battle Master. That's okay.
They're shooting at me.
Indeed they are. This Pendragon needs to be eliminated. There's no doubt about that. What else do they move? They move the Marauder. That shoots at the Salamander.
Commander,
Ooh.
I found it.
That was incredibly unlucky. That heavy Gauss just happened to go into the right torso there. That's incredibly unlucky. Like, they had gotten 1 damage into that, and then it just happens to hit the spot with no armor. I mean, we can replace the MRM-40 and the Clan double heatsink. So it's not the end of the world, but it is definitely irritating. So we're going to move up with the Bull Shark here, and I think the Bull Shark is going to turn its focus onto the Pendragon.
Roger that.
Pendragon is shut down, and that's good armor strip off of it.
What can I do for
The Boar's Head is going to move up, and we're also going to hit the Pendragon. I want this thing dead.
you? Firing everything I've got.
That Marauder is also a fairly high threat to us, but the Pendragon is a much higher
Critical
threat.
hit.
Aye, aye.
So we're going to step forward with our Annihilator here, and we can fire on the Pendragon, 74% hit odds. And I think that is absolutely what we take here with the Annihilator. Let's go for it. There we go. 1 dead Pendragon.
Hostile eliminated.
Beautiful. So, I mean, we can replace the torso on the Salamander, but that's going to be another long repair.
go.
It's pretty unlucky, in all honesty. So the Salamander is going to move out over here. I'm still keeping it on the front lines, but we're going to Vigilance it, and it's in cover. And we're going to shoot then at... It's going to be the Pretty Baby.
Engaging.
We got a structure exposure there, so that's okay. And at this point, the Corsair is going to step out over this direction. And who are we going to shoot at? Perhaps the Zeus. Yeah, I believe the Zeus is the target here now.
Firing.
Mostly because we're looking for some splash damage, but the Thumper isn't the best for the splash damage, so that's a little unfortunate. We could keep the Longbow where it's at, but I'm going to step it forward here. Its armor is still fresh. I do want to Vigilance it because it's out of cover. And then we could go for the Zeus or the Pretty Baby, and I think we have a decent chance of killing the Pretty Baby. So let's take it. barely got any internal structure damage there. That's a little sad. I was hoping for more crits out of that torso, but it didn't happen, and the pretty baby's armor is getting incredibly low. So we're going to pop up over here with the Battle Master and probably continue to hit that. Yes, that is exactly what we're going to do. That'll be a knockdown. Excellent.
I'm receiving you.
Okay, the Bull Shark is going to step up over here.
Moving to position.
And the Bull Shark is going to continue to hit the Zeus. Good armor strip there.
Waiting for orders.
The Mad Cat Mark II is going to attempt to step in front of the Salamander. This is out of cover,
Let's move.
but we're trying to shield the Salamander a little bit. It won't be hugely successful, but we'll vigilance that, and then we'll fire on the pretty baby. Once again, looking for crits here. I do think that this is a kill on the pretty baby, for sure. So that means that half of the enemies are now gone.
Hostile removed.
Excellent. Next up, the Annihilator is going to also step in front of the Salamander. We could shoot out at the Zeus. We could shoot at the Marauder with the same hit odds. Yeah, the highest hit odds are probably going to be on the Zeus here. So we'll go ahead and fire on that. Odds are not amazing, but we'll take it. We did actually hit with 2 out of those 3. Not bad.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The Boar's Head is going to step up.
Coordinates received.
Artillery-wise, they're all pretty spread out at this point. I feel like the Marauder with its heavy Gauss is kind of the biggest threat here. So we'll start stripping some armor off of that.
Be good.
Not a great sniper artillery shot, but the Arrow 4 doing pretty well. We made it unsteady, but it'll move immediately. It shoots at the Annihilator. And misses almost everything. I like it. That's exactly who we were hoping that it would shoot at, for the record. So they have 3 movers in Phase 16. They're shooting at the Battle Master. This is fine. No problem here. Who else are they going to shoot at? I mean, this is a full half of their force that moves in this round. The Zeus backs off and turns his rear arc to us. The Templar 3 closes in a bit, shoots at the Mad Cat Mark II. It does have splash damage there. And it fired a breaching shot. That is, what, an LBX? Okay, they're shooting at the Annihilator. This is fine. The Annihilator can definitely take that damage. No problem there. Shooting at the longbow. We knew that that was a possibility. Okay. So yeah, that's an LBX AC-10.
Ready to rock.
The longbow is going to move up over here. We do see a rear arc.
Copy that, Commander.
That is a rear arc on this Zeus. We're going to Warlord it, and we're going to go for it. I do actually expect a kill here, don't I? If we get decent clustering, yes.
I got you.
It's a structure exposure, but we didn't quite get what we needed there. The Zeus then immediately moves and shoots at the Mad Cat. Okay. That's fine, I guess. I was hoping to have more time to shoot that rear arc, but no such luck.
What's up, boss?
The Mad Cat is going to advance slightly into this cover. Now, this is kind of leaving the Salamander exposed.
Affirmative.
But we can fire at the Zeus, at the Marauder, or at the Rakshasa. And the hit odds favor the Marauder, of all things. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of armor strip here off of the Marauder, hopefully make him unsteady. He moves in Phase 23, so that's concerning, actually. Okay. The Atlas moves up, shoots at the longbow. It doesn't get much damage out. Cool. So next up is going to be our Salamander. We're concerned about that Marauder for sure. I kind of want to withdraw the Salamander. In all honesty. This would be exposing the left side to it. It's only one evasive, sadly. But we're going to work on withdrawing the Salamander, and we're going to vigilance it in hopes that they actually don't attack it. They may. We'll see. So, phase 24. What do they do? The Templar 3 moves up, goes for the Mad Cat. Gets a little done there. Not too much, in all honesty. Okay, then the Marauder closes in. This is a danger point. It goes for the Annihilator. It misses its Heavy Gauss, so we're fine. Cool. The Atlas 3 closes in a little bit. It's going for the Mad Cat. That's some really good clustering that it got with its missiles there.
Reporting major armor loss.
Like, incredibly good. Did it just get a lucky listen kill roll? Maybe. Okay, they're continuing to attack the Battlemaster. Unsurprising. We do outnumber them now. The Rakshasa moves up.
I'm here.
And our Battlemaster is going to continue to head along the ridge over this way. And start to engage perhaps the Rakshasa, perhaps the Atlas. 64% hit odds, huh? Okay, we'll go ahead and take this.
All right.
Okay, 72 damage to the Atlas there. Not too shabby.
Aye, aye.
The Corsair is going to continue pummeling the Marauder over here. And we're going to start using... I'm going to try out Shape Charge.
I'm taking the shot.
Oof. Okay. So that's awful. Very bad shooting there. The Bull Shark is going to step forward.
I'm going.
And we could shoot at the Zeus, but we're obviously going to continue to hit that Marauder. The Marauder is the most threatening to us. That's a solid hit right there. We made it unsteady. That is beautiful.
I hear you.
And our Boar's Head is going to position actually right where it's at. It's not going to move. We're going to fire on the Marauder again.
Take this.
Another solid hit there. That should be a knockdown. Indeed. Excellent. This Marauder is in substantial danger now.
Awaiting
And the
orders.
Annihilator is going to step forward. We are, of course, looking to annihilate. We want to annihilate the Marauder, to be specific, right in that CT.
Firing a full salvo.
We did miss both Heavy Gauss. We managed to hit the variable speed pulse laser, but all we got was an Omnimek gyro crit.
Taking heat damage.
That is unfortunate. But this Marauder is incredibly close to dead
Receiving
at this point. The Salamander is going to continue to withdraw.
Roger that. No shooting, just running.
I don't want it to take additional damage if I can at all help it. Okay, what are they going to do? This is going to be the Rakshasa, shooting at the Battlemaster. Not getting much done there. That's okay. So these two mechs will fall fairly quickly. The Atlas 3 up on the ridge up here, that's going to be kind of awkward to get to. The Templar 3, we should be able to eliminate... Well, the LBX may be jammed, but it may be out of ammo as well. We'll keep an eye on that. The Zeus is actually back into that rear arc position. The Atlas moves up, fires at our longbow. It does hit its Gauss. We knew that was going to happen eventually. The longbow's armor is holding, though. The Atlas 3 closes in, shoots at our Annihilator. It definitely does a good job with those LRMs. Those may be ELRMs, I'm not sure. The Marauder gets up. I was hoping to shoot at it again before it got up, but no such luck. It actually just guarded and entrenched. Cool. We don't actually need damage into it, we just need crits. So we're going to move our Battlemaster. Actually, the Battlemaster could theoretically shoot at the Zeus here. Hit odds are going to be best on that Atlas, though. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, for sure. We could Warlord, but I'm not going to here.
Here we go.
Another good chunk of damage into the Atlas. Excellent. And then we'll just pop over, like, here. Remaining in cover.
Advancing. I guess.
The longbow is going to step over towards this cover over here, and we're going to hit the Zeus in the rear arc. I do expect a kill out of this.
Target locked on enemy.
There we go.
Tango is
The Zeus is out of here. Next up is going to be the Magcat Mark II. The Magcat is going to step up over here,
Move into position.
and we're going to vigilance it. It's been getting hit fairly hard. We're also going to fire out at this Marauder, and I would love to Warlord it, but that's not going to happen. We're just going to fish for crits and see what we get. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted, was that Marauder out of here. So there's only 3 enemies left, right? No, there's 4 enemies left. We're 2/3 done, and the Corsair is going to move up over here.
On my way.
Now we could fire our shape charges, direct fire. And actually, out on this Atlas, that might not be too bad. We're out of range, though. So we're going to actually fire HE. Get some armor strip out on him. Nice, that was actually really good.
I await your command.
Our Bull Shark is going to step up over here. And who do we want to go for with the Bull Shark? I think still this Atlas.
Locked on target.
That Atlas is getting very low on armor. In fact, it could die at any moment now with that structure exposure. And that's a knockdown. Beautiful. Yeah, that's a CT structure exposure. So that's fantastic. The Boar's Head is, I think, going to start armor stripping this Templar.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Nice. That was a good armor strip. I like it. At this point, the Annihilator is going to step forward in its juggernauty way. And 15.6, 30.9, 37, and 5.4. Technically, the hit odds are best out on the Atlas. We'll take it and see what happens. That is a torso destruction on the Atlas.
Target's taking a critical hit.
So the Atlas is pretty stricken at this point, in all honesty. It won't last too much longer. Strafing run. Okay. So I didn't expect a strafing run because according to the tooltip, those strafing runs only happen in 11 and higher skull. This is a 7.5 skull. But okay, they're doing a strafing run.
Stop. Just embarrassing yourself.
They didn't get much done out of that, so not too bad there. Oh, here comes another one.
Airstrike.
Missing the Mad Cat. Missing the Annihilator. Yeah, I definitely didn't expect an airstrike in a 7 skull. The tooltip explicitly says it starts at 11 skull. Maybe they messed something up. Maybe this is a bug, or maybe they changed it and didn't put it in the patch notes.
Orders.
Hard to say. So the Mad Cat is going to move up over here. We didn't get too much, or rather, they didn't do too much damage from that, so that's okay. Now we could fire out at the Templar 3 here with our improved, and I think that's going to be our best bet for armor strip. So we're going to go ahead and do that, eliminate some armor off of this Templar. Excellent. Injury resisted there.
I'm out of short range.
That's okay. The Atlas gets up. And it's lost a lot of its armament. So that's good. We'll see what it does here. Steps forward and shoots at the Mad Cat. Only hits 1 missile. Not a big deal. Cool. So they have 2 more movers before we get to respawn. That'll be the Atlas and the Rakshasa. Rakshasa going for the Battlemaster there. And it managed to crit its own T-Semp cannon. I like it.
I'm doomed. Doomed.
Not as doomed as you might think. Okay, so he'll ace pilot now. And now that Atlas will move. Okay. Going for that Annihilator. That's a lot of stability, of course. We're in the unsteady ground, so that's fine. A neutral turn? What? They're airstriking again?
Enemy airstrike.
They're airstriking again. Okay, I'm gonna double check what the patch note says. Okay, the patch note says, AI gets aerospace support. Starting from 11 difficulty, there is an increasing chance that up to 2 AI units will get the ability to request aerial strike. Okay, ability has a 3-turn cooldown and starts in cooldown. Yes. So, they shouldn't have any more airstrikes after this for at least 3 turns. They shouldn't have had any to begin with, though, at this difficulty. So we're going to potentially fire on the Atlas, but we're probably going to go for the kill on this Atlas instead. Yeah, let's go ahead and finish off this guy. We do expect this to kill. There we go. 1 Atlas out of here.
I need a new target.
Waiting
The
for
Salamander can just kind of run around over this way
Heading
for
out.
right now. Embrace.
I'm here.
The Corsair is going to move up over here.
Understood.
And we could start firing out on the Rakshasa with the Corsair. And actually, I think that's a good-ish idea.
Confirmed.
Yeah. That got some damage in there. I like it. So the Templar 3 is going to move up and fire on the Annihilator. It does not hit, which is good. The Annihilator is, of course, knocked down. Okay. Another airstrike coming in.
Guys, airstrike.
This is not supposed to be happening this frequently either.
I can't take much
Up
more
to
of this.
2 enemy units are supposed to be able to request an airstrike. And it's supposed to have a 3-turn cooldown. This is the 3rd turn in a row that they've done it. Or rather, the 3rd airstrike
Yes,
that they've
Commander.
done in short order. So, yeah, I feel like we're experiencing a bug
Alright.
here and that it's not supposed to be firing right now. Technically, our hit odds are best on the Templar. We'll go ahead and Warlord this.
Engaging.
But yeah, those airstrikes are not supposed to be at this difficulty. But they are, so I guess we're dealing with them. So the Bull Shark is going to step forward, and the Bull Shark is, I think, going to actually go for the Rakshasa here.
Engaging target.
Not a good long Tom shot. We did make him unsteady, so that'll help, but he's got that
Waiting on you,
stealth
Commander.
field generator. The Boar's Head, I think, is going to also turn on the Rakshasa. I would like to get this guy eliminated, and our hit odds are not awful.
This should be good.
Decent sniper artillery, a very good arrow 4 shot, and LRMs, meaning the knockdown comes through. Great. Okay, so there's that guy knocked down. And his armor is getting kind of weak. The Annihilator has also got some really weak armor now, thanks to those airstrikes.
Regain stability.
And we're going to step forward into this cover here. I'd like to find a location where we can see both of these.
Roger that.
We're absolutely going to Vigilance it because the Annihilator's armor is very low. And that Atlas 3 is a problem, for sure. Our hit odds are not good. We're going to pot shot this, but I'm not expecting much.
Giving him everything I've got.
Yeah, we didn't hit anything there. Okay. Again? Another airstrike?
Airstrike.
Yeah, this is not supposed to be a thing. According to the patch
Losing
notes.
armor.
I feel like this is bugged. Supposed to have a 3-turn cooldown on it, remember? And it's not supposed to be at this difficulty. Okay, whatever. We're still fine. There's only 3 enemy mechs remaining.
Watch the skies.
Another airstrike.
My mech's coming apart around me.
That is insane. How many airstrikes they're getting. Yeah, this is not supposed to be a thing. For the record. So we're going to take huge damage from the airstrikes that aren't supposed to be
Yes,
here.
Commander.
The Annihilator is taking some serious damage right now.
Confirmed.
And we're going to fire once again on the Rakshasa. I don't expect much here. Maybe we get lucky. But they got a crit on our improved HGR.
Copy that.
That actually was a lucky shot. No through armor critical, though. The Templar moves up. Goes for the Corsair. The Corsair is okay for now. The Rakshasa stands up. This probably would have been... Well, I'm not going to say it would have been over by now due to the airstrike, if it wasn't for the airstrikes, but the airstrikes have added a lot of damage. There's no doubt about that. But they are not supposed to exist at this difficulty. Okay, so for now, our longbow is going to step up to here. And let's see, 44%, 51%, 32%. So we're running out of standard ammo here, and so we're going to fire a single round of Artemis 4. And let's see what we get here. This could kill the Rakshasa. Solid crits there.
Inflicted some nasty on that bitch.
A destruction of the gyro, but it's not gone. So the Battlemaster is going to move out over this way. We're really hoping to eliminate the Rakshasa here. Absolutely nothing into the non-armor portions there. Nothing into the internal structure. That's another knockdown, though, and he ejects. So that's good. So at this point, the Corsair is going to move up over here.
Roger.
The Corsair could go for the Templar, or it could go for the Atlas. Hit odds are better on the Templar with the ER large laser, but I feel like the Atlas is the bigger threat, so we're going to start armor stripping now. We made it unsteady. That's good.
Let's do this.
Now, the Salamander is going to start popping in over this way. We're going to sprint in. We could fire on that Templar. We could even fire AX on the Templar and have decent hit odds. That would be solid armor strip. Do it.
Locking on target.
Okay. In injury resistance there, we didn't penetrate the armor. The Madcat Mark II is going to sprint its way over this direction. We don't get into range of the Atlas, sadly. And then the Bull Shark is going to move over here. We're absolutely going to be hitting the Atlas here. There's no way around it. That's a Streak LRM-20. Okay, that explains it.
May I interest you in some melting armor?
So we may get a knockdown there, but once our Atlas gets a fire on it, we should certainly get a knockdown. So we're just going to turn over here and fire on this Atlas. This should get a knockdown and get some solid armor strip. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. So we'll get a knockdown on the Atlas 3. And we're definitely concerned about the state of the Annihilator.
Awaiting orders.
So, the Annihilator can move up over here. We want to protect our right-hand side, so we would need to move something like this, although our left-hand side isn't that much better. We'll position like so, and can we Warlord? We cannot, but we can fire on this downed Atlas. Our hit odds are not great, but we'll see what we get. Nothing.
What the hell?
I'm not super shocked by that. The Templar is going to move now, and let's see what it does. Nothing. It does literally nothing.
Skipper.
Okay, cool. The Longbow is going to move up over here. We are going to fire on the Atlas using Artemis 4 ammo. Go for the CT. We're looking for a kill on him. That is a structure exposure in this torso. But that was pretty much all armor damage. The Salamander is going to position down over here. We can fire on either of these. We've still got AX rounds, 70%. So we're going to continue to hit this Templar. Its armor is getting very low.
Taking the shot.
We did get a head hit there again. And its armor is incredibly low.
Aye, aye.
The Corsair is going to position over here.
Confirmed.
And we are going to shoot at the Atlas. Can we fire this in direct fire? We can. So we'll see if we manage to hit this, but I doubt it.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, no. That didn't happen. That's okay. So we've got another mover here. This is going to be the Magcat. The Magcat can't... Actually, it can get in range of the Atlas. So this is almost certainly a dead Atlas.
Taking the shot.
Let's get those crits in there. Oh, we barely got any crits. That's unfortunate.
Reporting. Critical hit.
We did break through the armor, but he's going to stand up. Let's see what he does. Very sad. Oh, okay. He shoots at the longbow and doesn't fire his LRMs.
You need me to hold still
Or
for you?
misses his LRMs, perhaps, because they're
Right
streak.
here.
The Battle Master is going to position out over here. It's going to continue hitting the Templar, whose armor is very low.
Lucky target.
Excellent.
Standing by.
The Bull Shark, we're going for the Atlas. I want that thing dead.
Primitive.
Nice long tom hit there. Streak SRM destruction.
This just in. Critical hit.
Waiting on you,
The
Commander.
Boar's Head is also going for the Atlas. I want it dead. Get it out of here.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Mediocre artillery hits there. A lot of solid crits and another knockdown. Another strafing run. I really don't think these are supposed to be this common. It's supposed to have a 3-turn cooldown. This has not been 3 turns. And only 2 are supposed to be able to do it. So essentially 2 charges of a 3-turn cooldown, right? So this has definitely been more frequent. Now, they didn't manage to hit anything there, but those strafing runs have done a lot of damage.
Standing by.
Okay, so the Battle Master is going to continue to fire on this Templar. A little bit more armor damage in there, and we'll just move it on over this way. It doesn't matter if we land in the fire. I was definitely hoping this would be only 2 enemy lances, but it was certainly 3. The Templar moves out and fires on the Annihilator. Oof. Penetrating the armor on the other torso.
Armor breach. Internal
Yep,
damage.
that's not shocking.
Confirm.
So the longbow is going to stay where it's at. We could go for the Templar. And actually, I feel like that's the better option here. We go ahead and Warlord, and this is probably a kill on the Templar.
I got you.
Yes, there we go.
Bye-bye.
So the Templar's out of here. Unfortunately, the Atlas stands up. And what's he do? He goes for the longbow again. This is fine. The Annihilator would have been a better target for him. Cool. So we did lose an MRM 40, but oh, here they come again with another strafing run.
Watch the skies. Airstrike.
That is insane. It's not supposed to be this frequent, according to my read of the patch notes. This is not how the airstrikes are supposed to work. Like, I mean, the airstrikes are supposed to, like, strike multiple targets and do the strafing run, right? That's supposed to be how it works. But it's not supposed to be at this difficulty, and it's, I'm pretty sure, not supposed to be this frequent. Now, the Madcap Mark II is going to walk up and finish off the Atlas, so it doesn't actually matter, but...
Firing.
There we go. Fantastic. Let's get out of here. We took more damage than I would have liked. I mean, the Salamander is going to be
Mission successful.
out of action for a while. No doubt about that. I was definitely hoping for this to be a quicker mission, but it did not happen that way. And those strafing runs are not supposed to be here. But okay, I guess that's what we're dealing with. Sure. Well, maybe there'll be a patch for that one. We'll see. We did get a decent amount of pay, so we will be profitable on it, but we definitely took a good amount of damage, which is unfortunate. They want the Marauder parts, and they're offering us these in exchange. I actually refuse. This will be our salvage. Those Marauder 2 parts, I would love to have them. Can we loot, please? Thank you. Okay, so the Marauder 2 parts is what we're going to take here. Unless we want that ELRM-20. We already have one. Actually... I think we do take the ELRM-20. So let's go ahead and do that. We got a fluid gun, we got an endo composite structure, a clan endo steel structure, and an LRM thunder ammo. That's not too important. Now, getting these repairs done is going to be fairly expensive. I think there's no doubt about that. it's going to be at least something along the lines of 600k. Bare minimum. And the Salamander is going to be out of the field for a while. We can replace that MRM-40. I'm pretty sure we've got one. But I really, really am sad that they got that heavy Gauss rifle lucky shot there. It just happened to hit the one place it needed to, right? So that's lucky on their part. As far as the strafing runs go, they caused quite a bit of damage to us and are going to delay us going out again for a while, and they shouldn't have been there. So that's definitely interesting. Here, I'll actually, while we're waiting on this load, I'll just go ahead and show you the Discord patches here. Let me make sure I'm on the right monitor. And this may be a little weird because of HDR, but we'll see. So there we go. And let me scroll down to the latest patch right here. AI gets aerospace support starting from 11 difficulty. There's an increasing chance that up to 2 AI units will get the ability to request aerial strikes. Ability has 3-turn cooldown and starts in cooldown. When used, it sets up the zone. Yeah, that's fine. In which aerofate 2 to 3 strafe runs every 16 combat phases. So I guess the way this is supposed to work, as I'm reading this now, is that it's supposed to be, like, repeating, but maybe we just got bad luck with it doing it extremely commonly, like, early on in that 16 combat phases. Wait, 16 combat phases, not 16 combat rounds. Okay, so actually I was thinking about this wrong. That was working the way that it's expected to work, but it wasn't supposed to be in that difficulty. This is supposed to start at 11 difficulty. It started earlier. So it wasn't supposed to happen like that, but it did. Once it actually spawned, it was working the way it was supposed to. But we weren't expecting it to spawn in a 7.5 skull mission. It's supposed to start in 11 skull. But now we know how that mechanic works anyway, so that's okay. The Salamander is going to take a while to repair, and actually, let's just get that put together real quick. It is well past time to put a cut in here. I was hoping this would be a fast one, but here we are, again. RogueTech just hates me these last few days, I guess. Let's just get this done real quick. I'm going to put that cut in after. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and all we lost in this, I believe, was the MRM-40 and the clan double heatsink, which we should have, in theory. So we'll go ahead and get that all good to go. And then, yep, clan double heatsink and MRM-40. We max out this armor. There we go. And then the MRM-40 goes in. Here it is. We've got several of them. And the clan double heatsink. So that will be this guy. Okay. So we'll put that in, like, over here, I guess. Yeah, that'll be fine. We're slightly overweight, so we need to drop some leg armor, of course. And that goes quite a bit of leg armor, actually. Down to, like, there. Okay, there we go. So that's good to go now, and that cut is going in. And I will see you all next time.